How's it going, guys? Goblin Charity again. We are back for another Modern League with Ad Nauseum, Angel's Grace. His hand's kind of sketchy, but we're going to go ahead and keep it, just as we do with the Lotus Plume and one of the combo pieces already, as well as the Serum Visions. So right now it is Saturday, April 2nd? Yeah, April 2nd. I don't know if you guys watch Counter-Strike as well, but I've been watching the MLG matches right now. So we're rooting for LG to take down the tournament if you guys like Counter-Strike. So here, pretty much regardless of what our opponent does, we're going to play Serum Visions on turn 1 and then suspend Lotus Plume. Alright, so we might be playing against a mirror here. Good draw. So even though we can't cast it right now, I'm tempted to keep the Angel's Grace because if we are playing against the mirror and he doesn't have the if he tries to kill us with Lightning Storm, we can always just Angel's Grace in response. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this on top. So on the top. Actually, on the top bottom. The one problem here is that next turn we can't actually cast this for 2. We would have to cast it for 1, since Dredge Freak doesn't play, or doesn't come into play. Can't make colored mana when the turn comes in. So here we're just going to Serum Visions again. These are all pretty good. I don't really want another Prism. And at this point I don't think we want another land either. We'd rather try to find something else. Yeah, so it looks like we are playing against the mirror. So I might just be dead this next turn. So we will just jam out the Unlife here, because that does the same thing as far as he has to kill us with Laboratory Maniac, because the Lightning Storm won't kill us in one shot with this. So here we're just going to play out a Pentat Prism. And I'm actually kind of thinking about... I was thinking about playing it just for 1 so that we could leave the white open for Angel's Grace, but we're not going to do that. And so like I said, this match can be kind of funny because since we both play Angel's Grace, it could potentially turn into we both cripple each other, or try to go off and cripple ourselves, I guess is a better way of saying that. So yeah. so like I said, we do have to kill each. I'm gonna have to kill him with the Laboratory Maniac. So I'm gonna cast this here, and if it resolves, we'll go from there. I was gonna say if he packs here, we would pack back. So like I said, the problem is if he has an Angel's Grace here. But I think we're just gonna go for it. And so here we're destroying our entire deck, and then we're going to attempt to cast the Serum Visions. So even if we do, because the only way we really lose here is if he has a way to kill Laboratory Maniac, which he should not in the main aside from the one Lightning Storm. Yeah, so he doesn't have Angel's Grace here. And that's fine. Because since we have the Phyrexian Unlife out, we don't lose for having less than 0 life. So we're going to pass turn and discard down, and then we're going to keep both the packing negations in hand. So we get to discard 52 cards. Or, sorry, 30 something cards. I also did not play that turn, that was bad. But like I said, so here we're going to keep a hand of Packing Negation, Angel's Grace, and then other cards. And so even if we do have to use the packs here, we can Angel's Grace on our upkeep to not lose from Pact, and then go to our draw step and win. Really, he should have attacked there just to see if I was a chump. that's game one. And once again, that shows why I like having Laboratory Maniac in the main. And so what I was trying to say about the Phyrexian Unlight is that it's like attacking with damage, where you have to go to 0, and then you start taking infect damage. So in order to kill me with Lightning Storm, he would have had to have 2 Lightning Storms, basically. Because it was the one to get me to 0, and then the one to actually get me to 10 infect. So here we're gonna. So since we're on the draw, we're gonna try to be the control deck here. So we're bringing in Leyline so that it can't get us with Lightning Storm, and then we're also going to bring in more packs. And we also brought in Duress. Almost tempted to just board out the Lightning Storm. So that's pretty greedy. And we're going to be bad as always and play 61, because I suck at sideboarding. And we'll keep this hand. So, as I was saying before, this gives us the plan of he has to at least either bounce us or kill us with Laboratory Maniac as far as being able to win this game. So here, this is actually a hard choice, because since he's on the play, he's going to be potentially a turn faster than us, but like I said, the ley line helps take care of that. Because the other option is taking the Teleria West to be able to tutor for a pact negation for with the turn we go off. We have plenty of mana here, so I think that's... Sorry, I know it seems like I tank a lot. I kind of play slow. It's actually why I like to play Magic Online. We're going to go ahead and take the Lotus Bloom, just because it's a Lotus Bloom. Oh man. It's pistol round LG versus Virtus Pro. I love me some VP, but I really want LG to win. Woo! Perfect. Sorry. So we're going to play the Dread Chip Reef so we can start charging it up. I do not like that art. So VP won the first round. The delayed casting as well as playing on here. Lotus Boom always on time. So one thing to consider when you're playing Spoils of the Vault is that, like in my first video series, I didn't think about it when I was trying to go off, and my opponent just conceded afterwards anyways. But if you exile too many cards, you can actually not be able to go off, because generally you need the Simian Spirit Guides, at least 3 of them, to be able to cast Lightning Storm. So if you mill too much of your deck, you actually can't cast the Lightning Storm sometimes. I keep charging this up. Tempted to Spoils for an Angel's Grace here, but I think we're just going to keep playing. So like I said, it's really on him now, since we have the Leyline, and we can always Spoils for Angel's Grace in response to him trying to kill us. I don't want either of these cards, but we'll go ahead and take the Reef. Yeah, so going back to the City Brass, this was something I was thinking about when I was first buying the deck, because Mana Confluence was cheaper than this, and then I realized that, and then I remembered that the damage, the way that it taps matters. So this damage is put on the stack, so potentially if you were at 1 life, you can tap it to add a mana to cast Angel's Grace or something, and then that trigger goes on the stack, so you don't just die immediately, which is what would happen. I should not talk. You don't die immediately, which is what would happen with Mana Confluence. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So like, this is a trigger that you can respond to. So say if I wanted to Spoils, I can cast Spoils here. So it's going to kind of see what he does here. So I want to see what he built. So he built his Lightning Storm. So unless he's playing 2, that means he either has to kill us Laboratory Maniac or has another one. Alright, and this is not milling, obviously, this is exiling. So here we're going to Spoils for a Pact Negation. I think if I had brought in, so we don't have the bounce spell. Yeah, so we're just going to let this resolve and assume that he has the Ad Nauseum. I mean, not Ad Nauseum. Because either way, he has to have a couple different things to kill us. So he does have the Lab Maniac. He does have the Patriarch Sworn. Yeah, that was really bad. I should have just spoils again, because now he has another pact negation. Yeah. I should have spoils again in response to the first ad nauseum, or into the ad nauseum. He also didn't actually need to cast that card, since he's probably going to win with the Lab Maniac. Unless he already had a second Lightning Storm in hand. Spiritus Pro's having a pretty good T-side on Cash versus Luminosity. It's 5-0 now. Yeah, so here what he could do is use his Spirit Guides to yeah, that's what I was thinking. Play Pentat Prism to then use this blue to cast Lab Maniac, and then he has a blue left over. I'm going to try to spoils again, just in case. But we know he has a activation in fact too. Okay, so this means he does not have the card that I was talking about. Yeah, he does not have a second Lightning Storm. And he also didn't go through his entire deck, so I think our opponent just misplayed there. So we're not going to cast this on his turn, so he has to discard first. So on his turn, he still has to pay for the pact. So I guess that would have been another reason to spoils there, was to make him pay for double pact instead of just one. Oh, he does have no cards in library. Okay. For some reason I thought he didn't go all the way. So what I'm assuming is that he kept Angel's Grace pacts in hand. Yeah, that's what he did. So on his turn, he's gonna pact and then kill us. I mean, not pact, Angel's Grace, and then kill us with Lab Maniac. would be pretty funny if I had like a sudden shock or something in my deck. That's the way to deal with that. So why not? So we're dead here, but we'll see what he does. Make sure that he knows how to play the deck, which looks like he does. So like I said, here he should, yep, cast Angel's Grace and then win the game. So I definitely should have brought in Slaughter Pact. Yes. It's an odd matchup. And so the other thing is, since he's playing, he had Silence and Patriarch Scorn, so I'm assuming this is one of the more budget lists that's not playing Leyline. Or he's at least not bringing it in this matchup. We're bringing Espertron just in case. Which I should have brought in last game anyways. Since it can blow his unlives. And the other thing is the other possibility is Boseiju. Just as a way to resolve the ad nauseum through packs. Looking at the sand. Sorry for the Seachrome Coast into a sleight of hand. So here we're going to take the Serum Visions. We would like to land off as well, but we need to find other stuff to do. So here we're going to Serum Visions and see what we draw, and then go either play the Temple or the City of Brass depending on what we draw. Alright, so we don't really need either of these. And since we did draw the we're going to bottom both of these. And then we're going to play the Temple because it matters because next turn I can either just jam out Phyrexian Unlife or I'd have to use the Spirit Guide to pay for it if I play City of Rest here in the sleight of hand. I think that's what we're going to do anyways. Because we have good chances to hit lands anyways. Alright. Okay. So we're going to take the Nauseum. So this kind of punishes us here, since we didn't draw the land. But it's fine. I guess it doesn't really punish us, but it feels like it kind of. So we're going to take the additional pack negation, or not take it, but we're going to hit the bottom top. So then the turn that we go off right now, no, yeah, that's the other problem. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, need 6 mana. Because the issue is that he's going to be able to do something, not this turn, but the next turn when his Lotus Bloom comes off suspend potentially. Don't want that at all. Yeah, so I guess I should have just kept the lands here. That we milled away a long time ago. Because we really need to hit our land drops here. So the other option here is to the other option here is to play Lab Maniac. Just kind of jam it out, and then we won't have 5 mana next turn potentially. So I can just jam out Lab Maniac and then add Nauseum on our upkeep. So we'd still have Angel's Grace back up as far as if he tried to kill us this next turn. So we're just going to pass here, leaving up Angel's Grace. Okay, so this time he did not mill anything relevant. So pretty much we're going to pact here. Hope that he doesn't have his own pact. So it's probably not going to work very well. Alright, so we're going to go for it here. So we're going to get our entire deck here. I might be misplaying this. No, we do have enough mana. Okay, so I was thinking we might not have enough mana to land drop and then play Maniac, but we do. So it's important we do it this way so that we have enough mana. We can have blue mana to cast the Lab Maniac, and then have additional mana to cast Serum Visions. Yeah, so this is also what I was worried about. So now we can't actually win, we lose. Yeah, that was dumb. Because now we don't, if we had Unlife out we would be fine, but we don't. So we don't have an opportunity to cast Angel's Grace at the, on his turn before dying. Not that we could even have that. So I'm just gonna pass back over to him and let myself die on my sword. Yep. Alright, so that was unfortunate. I was not thinking right, but whatever. Hope that will not dissuade you from watching more videos. Because like I said, this is still me learning a lot about the deck, and that's kind of a random corner matchup. Yeah, so you can follow me at Goblin Chariot on Twitter, and check out Pure MTGO. Thanks.